I'm Kris Foate. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Let's get started. Shirona?
Good morning. Today we have Dan Trenary, and Dan is in the real estate business, and in my opinion, one of the best in town, if not the best, right? And Dan does a lot of things, but I think his strength lies in real estate. Now, what interests me is on Facebook, Dan has well over like 1,700, 1,800, something like that. You know, like a lot of people, friends.
2,500.
2,300
2,300
friends, right? But I see a lot of people who has friends, but they are just there. When it comes to Dan, he would post something, and then you would get like 30, sometimes 40 replies, right? And even when I'm busy, I always look at his stuff and post something because
It's a responsive group.
it's a very responsive group, and obviously these people like him so much to do something. Sometimes even when I want to get a response, I can't get like more than 2-3 people to respond. So he's doing something good on Facebook.
More friends than
I
Kim
appreciate
Kardashian.
Hey, I doubt that, but
So
I like
Dan,
helping others.
tell us a little bit more, be a little bit more descriptive on what you do and what do you offer as a real estate agent to people.
Sure, thank you. I'm born and raised here in Fort Wayne. I've been selling real estate full-time for 14 years now, and I'm with the Fort Wayne Elite team. I started that with my partner, Maureen McMahon, about 6 months ago, and we're adding some additional agents on here soon. I've been in the overall real estate and development and economic development and planning industry, including the real estate sales, the last 14 years that I mentioned. My background's in city planning, public administration, and a lot of smaller communities in this area, so I've enjoyed that over the years. And that experience with the zoning issues that often happen with properties and tracts of ground and the rezonings and variances and special uses often come into play, and I can bring some experience and things with that to the table.
Oh, thank you. And also one thing that I always notice is like you always have a smile on your face. You're always in a cheerful mode, right?
Thank you.
And I really appreciate it. Even on Facebook, even if you're angry, you try to like sustain it.
Yeah.
And come up with something positive about it.
Thank
so, which will lead to the next question by Kris.
Why are Mondays great, and what kind of advice can you give people to start their Mondays?
That's a good question. Mondays for a realtor is an interesting subject because often we work 6 and 7 days a week, so they all kind of blend to some extent. But the banks and title companies and a lot of people that we work with closely in our industry are open again on Mondays, and maybe not 8 to 5 and that type of thing, including a lot of clients. They don't like to sometimes work or deal with things of that nature, believe it or not. Open houses on Sundays are common and busy, and sometimes showings on Saturdays and Sundays. But Mondays is just a good way to really, it restarts up again, and I start my day with a chi machine. It's an exercise and neat apparatus I think Shirona's probably familiar with, and an energy drink, a healthy one, some, best I can to kind of get me going. I'm usually full and super energy best I can, and at the end of a 12-15 hour day sometimes I do drag though. So
Wow.
Now I have to tell you though, sometimes I will see him on Facebook at like midnight, and then at 6:30 he's back. And
He's back.
when I ask him like, Dad, what are you doing? He's saying, I'm working. So that means you somehow cheer yourself up.
yeah, it's not easy all the time, but I do love life. I try to have all the zeal and kick in my step all I can. I try to encourage others and help others, and like Shirona said on Facebook, sometimes I'll bring up even political topics and things, which can always get people in different directions and interesting responses. And sometimes I don't chime back in myself, but thank others for participating and making comments and things. And I try to keep it uplifting and positive and allow people to share their thoughts and opinions and so on. And Shirona's a very close friend and an intelligent man, and often sums them up at the end with encouraging, thoughtful thing as well, which I appreciate.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what words, what adage do you live by? What's your philosophy? It's summed up in a nutshell.
I would say no change equals no change. I like that one. If you keep on doing what you're doing, you're going to keep on getting what you're getting with results and so on. That would pretty much do it for me.
And what, if you could have any superpower, what would that be?
I would say the ability to bring a smile to other people's faces and so on, if possible. You know, it's not like Superwoman with a special bracelet that can
Smile
stop
Man.
bullets and things like that, but just
Smile
allow to
Man.
bring some excitement and happiness in a person's life that may be down for the time being, or that type of thing, and try to uplift them any way I can if possible.
And a deep, dark secret for even those who know you well. Tell us something that even the closest people to you have no idea that would really surprise them.
I've known a lot of people, such as Shirona, for maybe 10 years or more, and a lot don't realize that I've played the drums for 31 years.
Let's hear a little bit.
I also, but I need a basement currently. I've got 2 sets. I'm teaching a 10-year-old boy who's going to do a performance next month, and I've got another set at one of my friend's sons. It's about 20 down in his basement, and we're having some fun over there and teaching him some things. So it's a lot of fun. As well as I was a competitive swimmer growing up from about 6 to 18 year round. And I still have the shoulders to show it, but I've added this over the years from college and dorm food and things. But yeah, I am trying to get back in shape and trying to allow some time to do that.
So Dan, how do people get hold of you? Like, what's your website address? What's your phone number? You know, how do people get hold of you to do business with you or like talk with you?
Sure. The website is FortWayneEliteTeam.com. Also, DMTcells.com that Shirona hosts for me. I'm so appreciative of that. Yeah. Also, my cell phone is 403-6262. Kind of easy to remember, and like that last 4 stands for Mama. I didn't choose it that way, but 403 Mama.
Mama!
or I'm up often, as he says, and if I'm sleeping, it goes straight to voicemail. I also have a 24-hour voicemail, which is 479-3972.
That's 260, right?
Correct. Yes, thank you.
So we want to thank Dan for coming today. Yes. On short notice, he came and entertained us, and hopefully you picked up something. And this is the man that you need to make a Facebook friends with. So if you haven't, look up his name and make him your friend. And I thank you all for watching today. And this is Monday Morning Jolt. Use it.